What's going on, guys? Blake Morse here for the Week in Geek, and I'm talking with Ryan. And Ryan, you're the level designer on the upcoming Borderlands 2 DLC. What's the full name?
This is Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep.
Assault on Dragon Keep. And you guys are going for kind of a D&D vibe here. It starts off in the opening scene, like Tiny Tina's got all the old school Vault Hunters kicking it with her, and they're going like fantasy style. So I take it you guys are all just a bunch of D&D nerds, and this was like your chance to like infuse that into your game.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. So all the original Vault Hunters sit around the table playing this RPG called Bunkers and Badasses. Tiny Tina is your insane dungeon master. This whole DLC is going to take place in her imagination. So it's a game within a game, and since it's a game within a game in Tina's imagination, it allows us as devs to do stuff we normally wouldn't be able to do.
Right off the bat, I got attacked by a bunch of skeletons with like swords and arrows, and then I'm firing back with like, my standard, Borderlands 2 weaponry, and it almost felt like I was playing Skyrim in outer space.
Yeah. When we first came up with this idea, we're like, all right, this is going to be nuts because you're going to be fighting, all these melee attack guys in this fantasy world with these crazy Borderlands guns. But it actually turns out it just works perfectly. So, it's interesting, the difference there, but it's cool.
Now, what are some of the crazier creatures we can expect to see in this new content?
Yeah, we've got a ton of new enemies. There's no reskins. You won't find a single bandit in the entire DLC. It's all new. We've got skeletons, orcs, evil dwarfs, dragons, wizards, pretty much any fantasy trope you can imagine, we've got it.
Tina's pretty nuts, though.
Yeah, exactly. She's crazy. And, it's all fun and games, but also there is like this underlying narrative. I won't spoil it for you, but you can kind of feel from the intro, Tina wants to wait for Roland to show up before they start the game. And the other Vault Hunters like, hey, Roland's not coming. So
there's that awkward.
Yeah, it's totally awkward, but there's this underlying message there. Our writer, Anthony, came up with this, that, we use games to cope with things in real life, like losing a loved one. And just, when we go through hard times, we play video games to kind of get through it. So there's this kind of underlying message about Tina and Roland. And as you get through the narrative and get further through, it gets a little more serious. There's actually a lot more to that with Roland.
So you guys get deep. Yeah. You're getting emotional. You're like almost like throwing a Lifetime movie in there at us, hitting us with a curveball.
It's subtle at first, but like towards the end, yeah, there's some good moments.
Am I gonna cry?
I don't know. I mean, that's up to you.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see it. I love Borderlands. It's my favorite game of this current gen consoles. I'm definitely looking forward to the DLC. And yeah, please make more DLC after this. Like, I will throw money at you guys. Cool. Like, if I have to come in there with like a bullwhip and a taser and like a giant pot of coffee to like get it done, I will.
Yeah, just, you guys make your voices be heard, and we listen, definitely. This is a big one, though. This will keep you busy for a while.
Yeah, how much content is in this?
In terms of like new enemies and new art assets, we've got more new content in this one than all the previous 3 DLCs combined. This one's totally internal at Gearbox, so we really just killed it. We loved the fantasy vibe, and the guys just couldn't do enough, so we just kept putting more and more in, and we were able to get it done in a really short period of time, but the quality bar is really high.
Awesome. Well, it's looking killer. How many hours of gameplay can I look forward to like running through this world?
Yeah, it's about like 6 to 7 for the main plot, not counting like side missions and stuff like that. So it's a sizable piece of content.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. Definitely go check out the DLC, and we await more.
Great. Thanks.